disconcerting though.
She doesn't know because she doesn't do it.
No.
But if you go stand out there on a ladder and you're the only one on the beach and you're looking at that shelf and you're thinking it's 900 feet deep on the other side and you start thinking about water babies dragging in the water, it's a little disconcerting. It's a lot disconcerting. Happy New Year, everyone. It's January 1st when we're recording this. We are out at Pyramid Lake. Why? I don't know. We just drove out here. We're not doing anything special. Just wanted to get out of the apartment. Partly because I'm not sure what we're going to be able to offer in the way of vlogs here over the next week or two. Two reasons. One, we're pretty busy this week. My dad's got an appointment we have to take him to on Tuesday. I have my own doctor's appointment on Thursday. The dermatologist is probably going to cut suspicious looking stuff off of me and charge me lots of money for it. We have to go grocery shopping and see.
Very exciting stuff.
Here's Jen.
Hello, Happy New Year.
She walked down to the water without me.
Not all the way.
But we have to go grocery shopping one day. And so on top of that, on top of having a fair amount of stuff to do this week, it's supposed to be really, really bad weather this week. It's supposed to like snow and every day for like the next 6 or 7 days. So we'll see. We'll see if they're right or not.
If
but if they are right,
we should document it though.
Yeah, we might go out and do something in the snow, but I don't know. We'll just see. Between being busy and potentially really bad weather, we may not be able to get out and vlog. Not that we won't post videos. You'll just have to see us.
Exciting videos.
Yeah, I'll just like you sitting in the apartment and talking to you about boring stuff. Is Pyramid Lake. For those of you who don't know, this is the home to the Lahontan cutthroat trout, world famous. Back in the day, in the 1800s, the Lahontan cutthroat trout, there was a special strain, the pyramid strain, and they would routinely get up to 40 or 50 pounds. Unfortunately, it became sort of a commercial fishery. They would spawn from here up the Truckee River to and into Lake Tahoe, but it became a commercial fishery, and they were pretty much fished out. And for a while, a lot of people thought Lahontan cutthroats were extinct. But they, I don't know who they is, but someone found some of them up in a place called Summit Lake, a little north of here. And they built a hatchery here and reared those trout and released them, and now there are Lahontan cutthroat trout here again. They don't get as big though. They're not the same strain, but every year they still will routinely pull out, I don't know, probably, up to 17, 18 pounds. 12, 14 pounders aren't uncommon It's not like you come out and catch one every day, but you know, there's probably a 12, 14 pounder taken out of here, at least one taken out of here every week. So you get a ladder, then you haul it out into 3, 4 feet of water, and then you climb on top of the ladder so you can cast to the shelf, the drop off where the trout generally hang out. So that's how you fish. I don't like fishing here. I fish here sometimes. Part of it was a long drive from our old home. Now it's only about a 45-minute drive, so I might begin again. The other part is well, I don't know. This is a long drive. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It was hard to get out here. Best fishing's in the winter when it's cold, then standing in the water and whatever. So I usually caught fish though. The other part is I don't like the water babies. So.
Oh, don't talk about
the water babies. Water babies are from what I've been told, are definitely a real thing by a woman I used to work with who was a member of the Paiute tribe here, and she swore that looking for some light. There we go. She swore that water babies were real. Water babies are like some kind of, they're not real babies.
They're mythical creatures.
Yeah, there's some kind of mythical creature that supposedly dwells in the lake and sometimes pulls people in and drowns them and something and stuff.
And the true myth is that Pyramid Lake, Walker Lake are connected by underground water. No, that's part of the myth, or the story.
And Tahoe.
And Tahoe, they're all connected. So if someone drowns in one of the lakes, the water babies can take their bodies to the other lakes and they can be found.
Yeah.
That's part of their culture. That's part of what they believe. So
when you're staying in a ladder 100 yards off the beach, and you're looking at the dark blue, black water out in front of you, the shelf, and you start having those thoughts about water babies and people drowning in Tahoe and their bodies showing up here. There you go. The sun's just hitting them. Those are called the needles over there. Sorry I don't have more zoom on the camera. But you can discern those. A bunch of big rocks, tufa formations. Tufa is the rock mineral formations that Pyramid's kind of famous for, along with like Mono Lake, and honestly Walker Lake has some. But those are those, and then I'm really not sure if you can see it. There's a big formation. The sun's just hitting it right now, and just off to the left of it, you might be able to see a little wisp of steam. There are steam vents over there, geothermal vents, so kind of cool. All right, in the middle there, sorry, I'm zoomed in about as much as I can get. That is the pyramid. From here, it's pretty hard to tell how big that is, but I have camped underneath it in the past. Actually, it's out in the water. You can actually get to it when the water's low, but it's generally an island. But I camped like behind it on the beach. It's probably 6, 7, 8 stories tall. So it's pretty big. Doesn't look like much from here, but that is why it's called Pyramid Lake. And then over here to the right a little, you can see those prominent hills. Well, those aren't hills, so well, they are hills, but that's an island. That's called Anaho or Anaho or something like that. I can't remember. That's the only significant island anyway in Pyramid Lake, and it's also off limits. It is some kind of preserve for birds and stuff. You're not allowed to go on it. I'm not sure if it has any native importance, and that's part of it. It might be, but I think it's actually for wildlife. But Truckee River comes in on that end, and this there's no outlet. In fact, I'm going to zoom back out. There's no outlet for Pyramid Lake. Truckee River flows in, and no water comes out. It just evaporates. It's a desert lake. It doesn't go to the ocean.
I'm being short again.
Yeah, we need to bring a box. Anyway, it's we were talking about that stark desert beauty, and this is it. I mean, sagebrush, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, that looks so terrible, but it's really beautiful out here. I mean, the rock formations, finding a lake like this out in the middle of the desert,
And honestly,
mountains.
Being where we're standing right now, it looks like you could just reach up and touch the clouds, even though obviously we can't. But I mean,
She always says weird stuff like that.
it's just beautiful.
Those two guys are up on ladders out there fishing. A lot of guys fly fish, but some fishermen use conventional tackle, spinning reels and lures. But a lot of people fly fish out here, and that's what I do. Usually with really heavy lines that are hard and heck to cast, so they get to the bottom. But you can see those guys go out and they walk out, they plant their ladders, and then they sit on top of them or stand on the rungs to get out of the water. It's partly to keep you out of the water. It's partly to get out further where you can reach the drop off, the shelf, and anyway, there's fishermen. That was probably really boring. But we're gonna, camera's in my face. We're going to make one more stop at I think Popcorn. We'll go down to Popcorn. It's prominently marked, and check out that tufa, and then we're gonna head home. This is Popcorn Beach, and this is Popcorn Rock. Maybe you might get a sense for it. Let me walk over here and show you what it really looks like. All right, there's Popcorn Rock. You see it does bear a striking resemblance to a piece of popcorn. Probably more so before some of those pieces fell off, but that's it. And this is Popcorn Beach, which since we've been in a drought for a few years, isn't much of a beach anymore. And sometimes the lake will go, I don't know if you can see, but it'll go way back in there. And you can't see it from here, but over that away, out there, is where the Truckee River comes in. Here's a little binocular spot they've put in here recently. I've never seen this before. You can look for pelicans. You can read about the tufa rock. She took a picture. I'll do it. If you want to read about it, pause. And here, if you want to read about some pelicans, you can go ahead and pause right now. Don't worry, we'll wait.
So Dan was mentioning earlier about the tufa and what it was. So here you go. This explains how tufa is formed. So you can pause it on the screen and read about it if you're interested.
And you see some more of the structures. It's weird stuff. See those like little strands or whatever? Looks very plant-like, like tree roots or something. Up here, you can see some of those voids up in there. There's some more of this structure here. Very cool looking, very alien looking. Here you can see where it's all round, like it formed almost like a tree, you know, layer after layer, year after year. All right, after looking through the binoculars here, I don't think I can make that work for you, but those are gadwalls. Gadwalls, I believe. They look a lot like female mallards, you know, with the mottled brown, but they have black bills. If I remember correctly, those are gadwalls. There is one little teal down there, and then those ducks right down there are same thing, except one might be a female mallard. They do mix. I don't think they breed together, but they do like fly around together sometimes. So there you go, gadwalls.
I didn't know you were taking that. Sorry, I walked in your shot.
Oh, be quiet. Yeah, you've ruined the whole production.
I knew it. I knew it.
And you can see the wildlife drama going on. There they are. Some hawks flying over there. They spooked the ducks. We're now gathered up in that tight formation. Those ducks off to the left there flew over from the other side, and the hawks followed them over. The hawks don't look interested in eating them, but still, I don't think the ducks wanted to sit around and find out. So They clustered up for safety. Say your thing.
Here we go again. Thank you all so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Stop it. That's all I say. I'm done.
She's done. Yeah, thanks for watching. We're gonna head home now. It's getting cold. The sun's gonna go down in a couple hours. Anyway, that's it. We will see you next time.